realized that I'm never satisfied with what I have. I have constantly been chasing more and more. I want to change that. That's why in 2025, I'm going to be doing a low buy year. A low buy year is a financial strategy where you consciously reduce your non-essential purchases. The goal is to save money, avoid unnecessary purchases, and become way more mindful with your money. Of course, there's different limits to this, and it's not about cutting everything out, but it's just about reining it in and being really mindful of the things you choose to buy, spend your money on, and bring into your home. Now, I may have done a deep dive and watched probably 50 videos on this prior to making my own. So I know that the rules between different people can vary massively in what they choose to do for their low buy year. Today, I'm going to run through what I'm planning to do for the next year, my tips and tricks, and what I learn along the way. To give a little bit of context, I recently found myself pursuing a job in the corporate space that I had no real interest in and was simply pursuing for the chasing of a higher income and a higher wage. And basically that didn't end well. I realized that I had zero fulfillment doing this, and I was pursuing something for the sake of more money, better income. And obviously money is important to an extent in the decisions you make. We all want to be comfortable in our lifestyle. But when this is the key driver, it was a massive wake-up call for me. I can't keep manipulating my whole life to make more money, to buy more things that I don't actually need. It made me become so aware that I don't need that much stuff to be happy, to be truly fulfilled and enjoy life. So this low buy year is honestly a financial benefit is my aim, but on top of that, it's to realign with my values and really get to the bottom of why we do things, why we make certain decisions in life, why do we chase money, and why do we chase consumerism. So overall, my 4 reasons for why I'm doing my low spend year is number 1, to realign with my values. Number 2, break the habit of needing to constantly buy more. Number 3, reduce my financial stress. And number 4, ultimately save as much money as I can. To give you a little bit more context in my background, I'm based in Australia and currently in a double income household where we both worked full-time for the past 4 years. We've lived a pretty comfortable lifestyle. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't cut back on anything. I usually get my nails done every 2 to 3 weeks. I get pedicures, I get my hair done. I have not had to cut back in anything. We go out when we want, we're pretty comfortable. But next year, that's all about to change as I return to study to pursue a master's degree, meaning I'm gonna go from having 2 solid incomes to just basically 1 income, which is from my fiance, and I'll be working 2 days a week. Long story short, I'll be taking a massive pay cut, and it's really made me need to evaluate and analyze where my money is going and realize that some of the decisions I make do not align with my values. Now, having done a deep dive on this topic already, I am going to go through a couple of other benefits that I found other people mentioned that I didn't even think of. Resetting our normal level of consumption. The level of consumerism nowadays with Instagram and TikTok is insane. Everyone's always telling you need to buy something new, but realistically doing a clothing haul every couple of weeks and buying all these things is just not realistic at all. Another benefit is becoming more financially literate and in touch with where your money is going, and therefore reducing your financial stress overall, not feeling that sick feeling when you know you just bought something and you shouldn't have. Another benefit is it provides good analysis and more data for you to look into your finances and see where it's going overall. And another big driver for most people is to increase their savings and obviously curb their spending. So the first thing I've done to prep for my low buy year is evaluate what I do have, what I'm actually lacking, and what I do need to buy. And realistically, I am in a pretty lucky position where I honestly feel like I do not need to add anything further to my life. It's just been Christmas and New Year, so I've gotten amazing gifts of items that I really did need, like a new vacuum because mine was dying. Things like that actually impact your life are things that are worth spending on. But doing a little bit of a stock take like that has given me even more perspective that I truly do not need to spend money on anything at the moment. The next step in prep is to set out rules that are going to outline my low buy year. These rules include essential spending only. So this is mortgage, utilities, groceries, transport, healthcare, and any other ongoing subscriptions. Again, what's considered considered essential to me might not be to you. So this is all personal preference. The next thing I'm going to do is set budget limits for the nice to have categories. Big ones for me is shopping, clothes, beauty. Those categories are literally my kryptonite. So if I can set a limit on that or even curb it completely, that's something I'll definitely be aiming to do. Another rule is I'm going to limit dining out to once every 2 weeks. I do love to have a date night. It's something me and my fiance really look forward to. But basically every time you go out to dinner, I mean, we don't drink, so we do save money there, but we're still spending probably $70 between me and him for a night out. And the truth is we're both actually really good at cooking. So this is just a nice to have thing that we have, but we can have a date night at home, cook for each other and set up the table at home nicely. Another rule is if I'm planning to buy a non-essential item, because obviously that's going to happen, I'm not going to not buy anything. It has to sit in my shopping cart for 2 weeks before I can buy it. This rule I think is going to be really good for me because impulse is my main issue. By making it sit in my cart for 2 weeks, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to forget that I wanted that thing. I know it's happened to me before when I've had open tabs on my phone. I go back up to like 20 to 30 open tabs of stuff I had sitting in my cart and I'm like, oh, I didn't even like remember wanting to buy that. Basically, this is going to make me think, do I actually want that item or am I just having an impulse purchase as usual? Another rule, fashion hauls or dining out for convenience. As I return to studies next year, I know I'm going to be spending a lot of time at my uni, which means I'm going to be having lunch probably there. This means bringing a packed lunch every single day. It's something I'm pretty good at already, but obviously just want to keep up that habit and never buy my lunch out. Even coffee out is something I'm not a big fan of spending money on. Another rule is to avoid sale emails, any other sales marketing that comes my way, and just not fall into those traps because 9 times out of 10, I don't actually need that item. It just crosses my mind because it's in front of me and it's being marketed to me. Another way to prep for my low buy year is I am going to take it month by month, evaluate how I'm going and make adjustments as required to make sure the whole year can be successful. All right, so basically reflecting on 2024, I know what my major pain points are. Number 1 is impulse spending, which I've already covered. Number 2 is clothes. Another major pain point is buying something for every occasion. Another major downfall for me is the category of beauty. I've been a regular nail appointment girl for years. I don't even know how many, probably 10 years. But in the past 2 weeks, I've been nail free. Now, is this something I like? No, I absolutely hate it. But I do want to work on growing my own nails and improving their health. In this category is also expensive skincare and makeup. I've fallen off of the bandwagon of these actually a couple of months ago since I moved to using Korean skincare, which is way cheaper but still super nice. I found a bottle that's probably $30, lasts me like 6 months. And I do want to add at the end of this video, I do have 2 major events coming up, which will be exceptions to my low buy year, which is my wedding day and my honeymoon. Obviously, this is a major highlight literally of my whole life, so I'm not going to not buy things surrounding my wedding and my honeymoon. I'm just going to write off those probably 2 to 3 weeks when that happens, and that is at the beginning of the year. But once we get back from the honeymoon and we get back into routine, that's really when it's going to be crunch time. Another exception is potentially I'm still working on this, but we are considering getting a puppy in the new year. If this is something that happens, obviously a puppy is not an essential item, but some would say it is. Obviously, we don't know what the future holds. I'm just setting my best intentions for 2025 and how I want it to look with my buying and spending habits. Doing a low buy year is something that, as I said, will help me align more closely with my values and actually prioritize things that bring me true joy. It's going to really make me evaluate where my money's going and relieve me of any financial stress. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked watching. I'm going to be making videos every week. That is the aim, and I'd love to see you back next time. Bye.